What's going on, everybody? This is Josh Pedro 9781 coming to another video. So comic books have been a very big part of my life. I started out with Ultimate Spider-Man by Brian Michael Bendis, and you guys recall my last video that I posted about comic books was I believe it was the Superman one. I believe it was Superman one called Bendis is Sucking, because the tagline for DC's we got Brian Michael Bendis is coming. Look, man, Brian Michael Bendis, when he's in his own continuity, he's a great writer. When he has to deal with someone else's continuity, the continuity that's been spread throughout the whole DC universe, he doesn't do a very good job because he doesn't read the previous writer or artist's run. Okay? And that's my main point. The writers for these American comic books suck. Now, back there, I borrowed some One Piece from my friend. And, well, One Piece is fucking great. I totally recommend you guys start reading it, and it's very fast-paced. Once you get past the first few chapters, it's very fast-paced. And I recommend that you wait until you get to the Arlong Park arc to decide whether or not you want to continue. I decided to continue. I'm on chapter 98. So now, what is it about American comic books that the writers are getting wrong? How about this? Pandering to everybody instead of pandering to a certain group of people. Okay. That's what they should be doing. Not pandering to a certain group of people. Okay? What they should be doing is pandering to everyone, aka their fan base, to the people that actually care about comic books, to the people that actually want to read comic books. Now, people can say they want representation all they want, but how do you want to be represented is the question. Do you want to be represented as some entitled prick, or do you want to be represented as an actual character? Do you want to be represented as a stereotype, or do you want to be represented as an actual character? Do you want to be represented as a white trash person, or do you want to be represented as an actual character? That's the main question. I'd rather be represented as a character, as an actual character that's written, fleshed out, and doesn't get retconned every 5 minutes. See, not all comic book writers suck. There's Nick Spencer, who admittedly botched Captain America, but he's doing great on the Spider-Man run. Speaking of which, when you're going to retcon the infamous Spider-Man storyline. That's Haunted Spider-Man, Storytellers 4, I don't know. Almost, let's see, 11, 12, 13, almost 15 years. It'll be going on 15 years now. 15 years. 15 years. 15 years. That is a very long time. And Joe Quesada, I'm just going to say this. Joe Quesada, if you're watching this, and I'm sure you're not, but, buddy, there is drama in marriage. Comic book writers, there's drama in marriage. I know you guys are single men who don't really know what a relationship is like because you guys never bothered to get into one. And the ones you did get into were very either you were, either you were mean to, the woman or guy, or the guy was mean to you. But point is, in a relationship you got into ended badly, and you think that, there's no drama in marriage. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is drama in marriage. There's potential stories with marriage. And you guys ruining Mary Jane and Peter Parker's marriage? 20 years of continuity gone. Because some asshat wanted to go back to the status quo. That's another thing, too. If you want to go back to the status quo, why not do a reboot? Instead of retconning every single freaking thing in the story, let the original story continue. See, what's the difference between JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Spider-Man One More Day? I'll tell you something. See, when Rocky rebooted his timeline, he did it with different characters. Spider-Man One More Day just basically took the continuity out of the bag and shot Old Yeller style. Okay? And somehow Mary Jane remembers the deal, but, doesn't confront Peter on it. Because honestly, if I remember something like that, my husband making the most irresponsible choice of his life, despite the fact that Spider-Man's supposed to be about great power coming great responsibility. See, the Spider-Man game for PS4, that was a big F you to One More Day because it got everything right. It didn't have Spider-Man make the selfish choice. It made him make the selfless choice. Where he literally chose to let his aunt die so that many other people could live. Spider-Man didn't do that in One More Day. No. Here's what he did. When given the choice to give up his marriage for his aunt's life, he chose to make a deal with the devil. And why would Mephisto sought out Peter Parker in the first place? I just want to ask that. Like, Mephisto, the guy who, basically has control of Ghost Rider, okay? Why would he seek out Spider-Man, of all people? Look, listen. This is going to turn into a huge Spider-Man rant, so a huge Spider-Man tangent. So I'm gonna go on this tangent, okay? Let's talk about this. What made you think that One More Day was okay? What made you think that? Okay? What made you think that? Like, what made you think that? Like, okay, let's just say JMS read his work. Didn't like it, but the editorial sure did. Joe Quesada sure did because, he was the chief editorial of Marvel. He liked it. Now, who in that process didn't read that and go, this is going to piss off a lot of fans? Joe Quesada said, I don't freaking care. Because it's my vision, baby. It's my vision. I want Spider-Man to go back to the way he was when I was a kid. Okay. When you were a kid, Spider-Man was single, right? Okay. This is why the Clone Saga should have had its original vision instead of Marvel changing editors and changing freaking management on and on and on and on and on. Because the Clone Saga, it could have worked. It could have worked. Ben Reilly becoming the new Spider-Man while Peter Parker retires with Mary Jane with their daughter. That could have worked. But no, they kept on pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. It went on for 3 freaking years. I'm gonna flat out say it. The 616 universe has been bad ever since the 90s. Hot take there, people. Ever since the 90s, the 616 universe has been bad. Besides Dan Slott's Fantastic Four run. Now, that's great. Good job, Dan Slott. Done me proud. Now, that's another thing. Event comics. Why is there an event comic every single year? Event comics should be spread out 5 years at the most, where there's continuous continuity, and then a big event happens. You know, that's what should happen. But no. No, see, we had to have an event every single year to have stakes in the continuity and blah 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 blah. Where with manga, it's just one continuous story, and then you can drop it however you please. But some manga writers make you come back for more, which is why One Piece has been going on for, I don't know, at least, 20, at least it'll be like 24, it'll be 24 years. No, 25. 25 years. This will be the 25th anniversary of One Piece this year. And Eiichiro Oda is a better comic book. I'm sorry if I mispronounced his first name. He is a better comic book writer and artist. Oh, he's a manga writer. Mangas are the same thing. You just read them right to left. Now, I was saying he's a better comic book writer and artist than any of the American artists out there. Because where artists, Rob Liefeld still draws like he did in the 90s. Now, I know people like Linkara don't want to insult people, don't want to offend people, and everything. But honestly, how does Rob Liefeld still get work? I want to know. Because Rob Liefeld started Image Comics, wrote Youngblood, and, he created Deadpool. Look, yes, he created the Deadpool character. Okay. But everything else that people like about him, that wasn't done by him. There was literally a video of Stan Lee basically telling Rob Liefeld to his face that his art sucked. Stan Lee. You really want to tell me? Oh, and Marvel doesn't take ideas anymore. Yeah, that's one thing. They don't take comic book ideas anymore. Why? Because they're corporate. Now, DC. What's wrong with DC? Well, DC decided to take the stupid route again because the editor-in-chief wanted his New 52 vision back. Nobody liked New 52. There were some people that did, but no one really liked it. Now, and also, can we stop using Batman as the symbol for DC and start using Superman again? Thank you. Christ. But anyway, guys, this video is going on for way too long. That's all I got. See ya. Maybe I'll continue in a part 2.